Something might get, well, it'll probably finish the game off, won't it? That's what we're predicting with this day-nighter that starts an hour and a half later than a normal day game. But I don't understand why they're just playing day-nighters in September or why they do it in May, but never mind.
Don't ask me. I don't understand anything they do. Wokes in again. This one Gale gets hold of. Through mid-wickets, chase from Moeen Ali. Bottom of the bat. Bit of a yahoo from Gale, not the prettiest shot. England know they can run Gale out if they get an opportunity because he can't run. Basically runs like me.
He's got dodgy hamstrings. You got dodgy hamstrings.
I just can't run.
Okay. He's been battling this hamstring injury for quite some time now, and he's what, 38 or something like that. He's not going to get any younger, is he? But he still wants to play in the Test team.
Wokes in again. Ooh, and he shoulders arms does Gale. That must have been an inch away from the top of off stump. Came back in. Even Gale's having a look at that thinking, wow, that was a mistake, Christopher.
Yeah, good leave, as they say. A good leave. I'll tell you what, it was nearly a horrific leave though, wasn't it? It was almost a coat paint away from being a bad leave. Well, just curved back towards Butler. And good swing bowling that from Chris Wokes, who expect to do well in Australia this winter.
Here he comes again, Wokes. Oh, edged and taken. Gale's gone. Taken by Joe Root at first slip. And that is the wicket that England wanted. Root takes hold of it as a good, sharp catch at first slip. And West Indies 2 for 1. It's exactly the start England wanted. Get them all out by 2 o'clock and go out.
Perfect, that, isn't it? Nick, that, lovely delivery, held its line this time. He expected it to kind of move a little bit away, and he just feathered the edge through to second slip. And England have got the dangerous Chris Gale, who got a big score the other day. He got 94 of 78 deliveries. Today it's 2 from just 4, so well bowled Chris Wokes, his 92nd one-day international wicket.
Yeah, Wokes had been injured all summer. Came back, looked a bit dodgy that test at Headingley. Certainly was nowhere near up to pace, but he's getting there now, and there's a tremendous addition to the side. It's almost like England have 2 quality all-rounders, although one of them finds himself in a touch of trouble at the moment.
There's a few indiscretions, isn't there, at the moment? I don't quite know what's gone. We can't really speculate, can we?
No, we can't, no.
So,
all I would say is that if you've got players who are going to be out till 2 in the morning in Australia, you're going to be in all sorts of trouble.
Well, yes.
Because there will be people there who will love to take them on.
Well, if you've got a bit of previous, then yes, they will, won't they? Someone's a bit leery, as they say, then maybe so. I mean, it's just a bit, it's unfortunate, isn't it, let's say. And it's come at the wrong time in particular as well. Not that there's any right time.
I was going to say, what's the right time?
Mainly in the winter without any cricket.
Yeah, ahead of a Bangladesh tour, but we didn't even manage to beat them last year, did we? So.
But neither did Australia. So we'll
they didn't.
that.
No. Well, Australia have got 2 players for me, Warner and Smith.
Yeah, but like England
have got 3.
Oh, Stokes.
Stokes, Root, and Cook.
Yeah.
And Bairstow. And Anderson, but he doesn't do well abroad, Anderson.
Well, I don't know, Stuart Broad, isn't it, with the better average in
miles better on tour, Anyway, Shai Hoper's at the crease, the right-hander. Wokes comes into him. Great start for England, 3 slips. This one's just veering on leg, and Hope times it well. That may go all the way to the boundary. It may be reeled in. No, it's gone all the way. Ali was after it, but well timed from Hope straight away. He's in good nick.
Yeah, these two could be a dangerous partnership as well. Lewis is a good bat. He's the heir apparent, isn't he, for the West Indies pinch hitting at the top. And Shai Hope, just a technically very good batsman that England found to their cost in the Test series at times. Yeah,
it wasn't a very good ball. It was the same ball that actually got Chris Gale out, except of course Hope is a right-hander, so it's just on his pads and he pushed it off. Yeah, that Test series was harder than England thought it was going to be. Especially after that silly day-night thing. This one's a decent delivery. That's a peach. I'm going to have to find another word. I keep using peach.
Well, he can be good.
End of the over, 6 for 1.
So just one change to the West Indies in their lineup today. They brought in Alzari Joseph, the quicker bowler, in for the leggy Devender Bishu. So they kept with Nurse, Taylor and Cummings, who did well. He bowled well the other day. He got three wickets to Miguel Cummings. Him and Rodman Powell, who got Stokes out, he bowled well as well. So all eyes on Jerome Taylor, who didn't bowl particularly well, though. But he still got a wicket towards the end. But it's going to be interesting to see how they do cope, the West Indies. They're, as you said, 2-0 down in the series. The best they can do is level the series.
Well, without being unkind, the word collapse springs to mind.
Yeah. If
things don't start going well, you can think, well, certainly maybe not in this game, but the ones remaining, they can think, it's cold, it's horrible, I don't want to be here. Let's just lose and go home.
This is it. I mean, their tail in this one-day side starts at 8. Ashley Nurse is not a batsman. Joseph, Taylor and Cummings to come in after that. After Holder, you can forget it. And if England rip through the top order, it could be over pretty early.
Jake Ball it is. He's down the left. I think he might have touched that. It's a wide. No, it's come off the pad. It can't have come off anything, otherwise the umpire wouldn't have given it. But well taken by the keeper.
It's interesting about Jake Ball. I think he's got nice action, Jake Ball, when he bowls. And I want to see him bowling regularly, sort of up to 85 towards 90 miles an hour.
Doesn't bowl that quick, though.
No, but he's going to have to learn to in Australia. He's got to have that extra delivery, hasn't it? It's all very well. He's got to bowl tight and line and length on those fast bouncy pitches. So anything wide, they'll just put away.
Plods in for me. Comes in again. This one's edged away behind point. It's going to go down to third man. Where Rashid, who must think, well, what do I have to do to get back in this test side? He didn't bowl badly. He doesn't bowl badly if you play him at the right time. You can put him on in the later stages of a game and he'll take them all.
Well, as always,
he's never played a home test.
No, he doesn't. And whenever we get a squad announced for anything, there's always holes to pick in there. Regardless, we'll never come with the ideal squad.
And especially with this one, because there's nobody who sat there going, well, I've done really well, give me the job, really.
Yeah.
Well, there is somebody at the top of the county championship ball in again. That's a decent delivery, that. Played by Hope, down to fine leg. They come back for 2. They'll get there comfortably. Yeah, whenever I've seen Jake Ball, I just don't see he's quick enough.
I see that.
You need raw pace in
Australia. I think you do need somebody who's quick, and Plunkett and Wood certainly bring that case. I mean, they've obviously got doubts over Mark Wood, which is fine. I mean,
he's got an injury
problem. That's
fine.
Yeah, he is injury prone, but he's such a good bowler.
Ball in again. That's a good delivery. Yorker, well dug out by Hope. Up to mid on.
And Ball's been in the squad as well. We're looking at the squad now.
Craig Overton.
And he is quick, Craig Overton. Don't get me wrong, yeah, but he's untried at that level. I don't know what he's done to get into that level above Liam Plunkett, for example.
Yeah.
You know, who has had an exceptional one-day international series. England's bowler of the year for me.
Ball in again. That's a belter. Well, they've all gone up. Umpire says it's not touched anything. That's 88 miles an hour. I might have clipped something. Camera's en route. It's not Route's call. He's not the captain.
Well, I've got the Division 1 batting averages up at the moment. Balance is up at 4. Cook, Stoneman, they're all in there. Rory Burns would have been one really at Surrey. Liam Livingston, we've seen him in the T20. Not do so well.
Just going back to that delivery, I think he's brushed his pad with his bat as Ball comes in again. This is another decent delivery. It's going to be taken by point, by the man at point. Runners round them, but they get a single, 11 for 1 in the second over.
Well, I don't know whether he's been working on something, because he is up to 86 and 88 miles an hour at the moment, Ball. So we're looking at Wesley's up there with the averages as well, 43. Roy in county championship.
Ultra Edge says there is something, but I think
really?
that's his bat on par to do. Ball comes in again. Again, he's tried for the Yorker. It's squirted out off to fine leg, and there isn't one. So it's 4. Where's fine leg gone?
Yeah. Two leg side there from ball and 2 boundaries given off. So James Whittaker, the England selector.
So who have we got at the top of the batting order?
So we've got Balance and Cook up there. Obviously Kerrigan's only played 2 games, so we can ignore that.
Stoneman. Games, yeah.
Burns has been left
out.
Get
this Sangakkara chap in. Get him in.
We need him.
That's good.
Livingston. Now we saw him in the T20. Now maybe that's not him for him. Maybe Division 1 batting is pretty good. He's averaging 45. Ben Folkes is up there. He's had a good summer. Ollie Pope at Surrey. He's only just a newcomer, 5 games. And that's it really.
Yeah, so nobody's really batting at the doors. Wokes comes in again. Hope is drives down the ground, 4 runs, lovely shot.
Gorgeous shot that from Hope. Really was a lovely shot. Anything he can do. All the fielders are on 7 and 2 at the moment. He's played through the line of the delivery. Yeah, just slightly short that he wanted it, Chris Wokes there, but beautifully played by Hope, straight down the ground.
Yeah, well, Shang Hope has played well all summer, really, except for that first test at Edgbaston. So he moved on and played well at Headingley. Wokes comes in again. This is a better looking delivery. It's dropped down to the slips where it's taken. About the 3rd bounce outside the right arm of 3rd slip. But of course, a lot of those figures can, certainly with the averages with the bowlers, can be a bit deceiving, because if you're involved in the England squad like Rashid is all the time, he never gets to bowl for Yorkshire against rubbish. So he would.
Yeah.
His first class averages are sort of unbalanced, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
As Wokes comes in again, that's a nice Yorker length, but driven again by Hope, who's on 11 from 9 deliveries and looks for all the world as though he's in absolutely great nick. I'd like to see Plunkett on pretty soon. I bet he's a bit fuming. He'd like to take another 5 for. Did he take 5 on Sunday, or was it 4?
His best bowling international figures. Yeah, well, he took a 5 for. First Michelle.
I don't understand why he's not in.
Well, like I say, this has been his best year, I think, in one-day international cricket. Surely he earned another Ashes call-up.
I think so. Wokes in again. This is outside off stump. Nice bit of movement off the seam.
It's good. He's got that extra bit, hasn't he? You know, that extra bit of pace.
Well, but he's got that extra bit which gets you wickets. And that's what England need. I don't think they're going to get it from Jake Ball. Stuart Broad, Jimmy Anderson and Chris Wokes. That's going to be the attack, isn't it? With Ben Stokes backing up if he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too worrying. Wokes in again. That's an absolute cracker. That has got an edge this time. And out goes Shea Hope. Finger goes up. He's reviewed it straight away, though, Hope. He doesn't think he's touched it.
No, he doesn't. So, an interesting one. Wokes thinks he's got it straight away. Butler thinks he's got it. The umpire thinks he's got it. It's all against Hope at the moment.
Well, if he knows he's hit it, he wouldn't review it. So.
Yeah.
But this is a fantastic spell. Simon Fry, Stephen's brother, the 3rd umpire. Let's have a look. Doesn't look as though anywhere near. Maybe top edge of the bat.
Maybe something. Maybe he's flicked the bat with his pad and that's made a noise. Didn't look on first count. I don't know if he's hit that. I think it's just an absolute beauty of a ball.
Well, he has.
Yeah.
He's hit it. Get out. You've hit it. You're on your way. Caught by Butler.
Well.
And Wokes gets another.
There we have it. It is the dismissal, and that's a big one as well.
Yeah, it is. But there's 2 big wickets there. 19 for 2. Hope goes for 11.
It's maybe overcooking than we think if the card collapses. Well, Marlon Samuels is obviously a decent player, isn't he? So, player that likes to play against England, got himself in, but he bat for himself on occasions.
He must have known he's hit that. I don't harbour this. I'm pretty sure every batsman knows if there's been a tickle.
Yeah.
I've edged them and it's been caught and the umpire's not giving it, and I've thought, yeah, I should be on the way.
I'm
not going anywhere.
Yeah. There's times when I've known I've hit it, and the fielder's around me to a spinner, and the slip's gone, and the umpire's gone. And I've waited for the umpire to give me out.
Yeah.
Even though I know that, it's one of those Stuart Broad ones where you know that it's come off the edge of the bat and everything. But I've still made the umpire do his job because I waited all week to bat. So, 19 for 2 then in the third over.
Yeah, great start from Wokes. Plunkett will be thinking, give me the ball early, and we can get this wrapped up.
Yeah.
But Newman comes in. West Indies in the spot of bother. Although, they are scoring at a decent rate, but that means absolutely nothing at this rate.
No.
133 is Marlon Samuel's best score. That was against Zimbabwe, though. I'm never quite sure whether that should count. Oh, what's wrong with you?
Poor old Zimbabwe.
Poor old Zimbabwe.
They're the only ones to go to Pakistan in recent times. They were working their way up.
Well,
the ICC
I think they
ranking.
should. I think they should be given massive credit because they're up against it in the home country. As Wokes comes in again, Samuels dabs that down, and they're going to scam. Oh no, there could be no. Oh well, West Indies running there was. Samuels sort of set off, had a look. It was picked up by Morgan, but then he dropped it. So Lewis thought, well, there's a run there. So he got halfway down the track. By which time Samuels was going back. Somebody else had picked it up, and between them. Captain's made a blunder. Between them, they got back anyway.
Well, it was a combination of errors, wasn't it? First, eventually got the throw in. It was Lewis that made his way back, but yes, at the end of the day, I don't think they made a run there after all that. Yeah, we've got, Australia lost to India the other day, didn't they?
Well, they've been hammered by India.
Yeah.
I think they've another one on Sunday, haven't they, as ball comes in again. Ooh, that's a good delivery as well to Lewis, who's on 5. That is a good delivery, 86 miles an hour.
So he's doing all right there.
If he bowls constantly 86, I can live with it.
You can live with that,
yeah. I'm of the previous coach, Duncan Fletcher, who said that a fast bowler, his stop ball has to be 88 miles an hour, otherwise he's not a fast bowler.
We've been hampered by Wood being injured here, haven't we?
Yeah.
So.
Ball comes in again, another good delivery. It's edged out to point where it's fielded. 19 for 2.
And we start off at Brisbane, which is a notoriously difficult place to get a result. I think Australia have won. I think they've lost there for
1970 odd, isn't it? I think last time they lost in Brisbane.
Even on the successful tour 2 tours ago, that was a run fest draw, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ball in again. This one's played into the onside. That was well, it says 86.5 miles an hour. It looks a bit military medium to me. Pushed into the onside, easy run for Lewis. So Samuels will face his first delivery. I think there's a massive step up from county cricket, 2020s, one-dayers that we watch on telly, and then they step up to international level, and it's just a great chasm. And we're finding it difficult to find 11 who can do it this summer for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening spot should really be Hamid's. That was they all said, oh, he's going to get it. He's going to be there forever. Then he couldn't score a run for Lancashire, and then he gets some runs and breaks his finger. So
yeah.
As ball comes in again, some dropped into the floor by Samuels. Thinks about a run. Thinks again.
But I suppose at least Stoneman came in and showed a bit of promise towards the end there, didn't he, to come in. So so he's got it at the moment. He'll be the one opening the batting, in Brisbane. So
the amount of times, though, for England over the past 2 years, you look at the card, 63 for 4, and then we end up making 400 because the bottom end of the card always outplays the top end. As ball comes in again, outside off stump, left alone. A great deal of variation. That one's up to 88.5.
It's coming through nicely. I mean, it naturally does at the Oval. It's always a good surface for bowling on, either a spinner or a quick bowler. It's quite hard. You get your runs on there as well. It's generally a good surface. As Graham Gooch is in the crowd there.
Gucci looks as though he's been doing some Arnie Schwarzenegger weights, doesn't he, with that? Ball comes in again, and this one he walks across his crease to Samuels. He just wants that one to cut back.
He still looks the same when he, to me, Graham Gooch, when he first started in Test cricket, when he had no moustache, and now he's got no moustache again.
Yeah.
He looked older when he had a moustache, I felt. He's always had that sort of weathered look, though, hasn't he?
He's always had that sort of look of, you know, sort of. Yeah, weathered's a good way to describe it, but I'm trying to think of sort of as though he's got the entire world on his back.
Shoulders,
Yeah, he's got to do it again. It's always me.
Yeah, well, I felt that in '91, didn't we, when we played West Indies. It was him scoring all the runs and that, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, Joe Root's done a beaten the Graham Gooch record in 1990. Gooch scored the most runs in all formats in cricket, and of course he had only 2 formats then. But Root's beaten his record in the calendar year.
Wokes comes into Lewis. That's wrapped him on the pad. Surely that's going to be a big call for LBW. Maybe it's pitched outside leg, or maybe it's inside edge, or maybe he hit it. But I thought it hit it. I thought it wrapped him straight on the pad in front of the stumps.
I think it hit it straight back to the.
Oh no, maybe my eyes. Brought my glasses.
I think.
These aren't even mine.
Well, yeah, it was such a. It was 1990 when he got that 333 against India, and he had such a stellar summer because he got a century in the second innings there. And of course then he'd only play in the one days as well, and because there was no T20 cricket.
Wokes in again, this one's cut away, great shot, and a bit of a misfield. There's going to be 4. I think the man at point should have got that. There's point and a cover. Points in front of square, and he had a chance to dive at that. Morgan again, who... Well, let's have a look at this. He's missed one already as Morgan. There we go, it's come off the floor. Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh to him there, actually. He's not in front of square, he is behind square. That's gone straight off, and he just didn't manage to get a hand to it.
Well, when you're having a bad day or whatever, it follows you, doesn't it?
24 for 2, we're in the 5th over. Wokes in again, this one's pushed into the onside, no run. Notice how many, I've not written down what the score was after the 3rd over.
After the 3rd over, I shall do that for you. At the end of the over 3, the score was 19 for 2.
So they only got 1 off that last jump ball over. Yeah, so I think England have got a lot of players who are much of a muchness. There doesn't seem to be a outstanding number 3 coming through anywhere. This one's wrapped on the pad. Wokes goes up. I think it's pitched outside leg. It's going to be leg bars are going to come back for 2, and they're going to get it comfortably. I think has he given it runs?
He may have done.
I think he has given it runs. In which case that's why you didn't get the LBW decision. But he's bowling to a left-hander, so his chances of getting it are slim. Yeah, that's bowled. Well, he's edged it. He's edged it. He's leathered it onto his leg. It was pitching outside leg. So all of those reasons, it wasn't given. This one's pushed up to mid-on, but he's definitely not where Lewis was aiming that. He was looking to push it squarer to mid-wicket. Looking at now.
The inside edge onto the pad, maybe.
Yeah, but nobody caught it.
Yeah, I think because it went up for LBW, didn't they? So it would have been not out on review.
Would have been not out on review, and it pitched outside leg anyway.
Just looking at Sam North East scores for Kent, and suddenly realising that it's in Division 2, of course.
I'm not sure how much difference that makes, to be honest. Next delivery's pushed into mid-on. They split the divisions to make it more intense. I'm not sure it's done it, really. I think the bottom of Division 2's has been poor.
I'm not going to argue with you there. I think there's a few sides who could question themselves over the years with their selection policy. Some that have improved, granted.
Well, there's some, and you look at it and you think you really shouldn't be. Well, should they be totally professional?
They could split it into 3 divisions of 6 and make it even more elite.
Oh, this one's wrapped on the pad. Ball goes up. There's a big appeal. Not out, says the umpire. Not sure about that one. I might be inclined to have a look at it. I think Morgan has. No, has he not?
No, I don't think so. No. Doesn't look like it, does it? Wonder whether it jagged back a little bit too much, whether Samuel's got forward enough. I'm not too sure, is it? Oh, he's got just outside the line, hasn't he? He's got it way across, though.
Yeah, I said in the last over, he's coming miles across. Yeah, it's hit him outside the line.
Yeah.
Although it has hit his left leg.
Yeah, there's too much doubt, isn't there, really, I think. Yeah.
Which is why the umpire's not given it in the first place. Ball in again. This is pushed up to mid-on. Should really be a run there. There's a man at mid-wicket, there's a man at mid-on. Just come in a yard or two. Shouldn't be a run there.
I think of the England fielders there were looking at each other.
Yeah, they were, yeah. Who's going for that then?
Yeah. There shouldn't be a run there, you're right.
Impact umpire's call. Wicket's missing anyway. And of course, from today, you don't lose your review if it's umpire's call. Or is it from tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. So the new rules,
new
laws, sorry. New
laws, yeah. Ball comes in again then. Lewis waits, he's on 12 from 11. He's now on 12 from 12 as he shoulders arms. I think the new laws are for all the test matches that start tomorrow, it comes in.
Right.
But maybe not for this ODI. I was having a scan through the new laws, and most of them made sense than what I've been calling for a while. Certainly the ground you bat, and if it bounces up, you can be run out. I've always thought that was a travesty. You've made your ground, that's it.
Yeah.
Ball comes in again. This one's whipped off the thigh pad by Lewis. Is there a man on the mid-wicket boundary? Ooh, well, he's very square. It's Moeen Ellis. They're going to get comfortable too. So that, yeah, I mean, that always seemed to be a travesty to me. You dive in, your bat's over the line, you ground it, and then it just bounces up off the floor, and you can be out.
Yeah.
How can that be right? So that's been thrown out.
Well, that'll never pass in club cricket because you've got no reviews, no replays of it.
Yeah. So once you're over the line, you anyway. But so that's been thrown out. You don't lose a review if it's umpire's call, which everybody's been calling for. So that's good. Ball in again, yorked. Well, tried to york in a little bit too full, didn't quite get it, and absolutely driven by Lewis down the ground, 4 runs. 33 for 2.
Lovely shot that from Lewis. He's a dangerous batsman in England. You need to be wary that he's not hit his straps, has he, in this series so far. And there's an opportunity for him to do that with the Chris Gale out. But you're absolutely. Is the bat size gone a bit smaller?
Bat size. It's the edge size, isn't it? The edge of the bat is smaller. You can have the same size bat, but it's the edge has got to be so many millimetres or less. As ball comes in again. This one's defended by Lewis. He's on 18 now from 15 deliveries. I would make a change. I don't think ball's been particularly penetrative. Hasn't had him jumping about. Get him off, get Liam Plunkett on. Well, I want to see Plunkett bowl with this new ball. I think he'll sit there thinking, well, I should be on that tour. They'd probably rang him and say, well, don't worry, he'll be in the 18. So, keep your 18. Keep your Lions tour. I'm 30 odd.
Okay, I've got the following changes. From the 28th, that's tomorrow. Each team can name 6 substitutes. Previously it was 4 in Test. I didn't know they could name any. Well, 1 as a 12th man. I didn't realise
it doesn't matter. They can't bat or bowl, can they? So that's really.
There's no change to the admitted width and length of a cricket bat, but the thickness of the edge to be no more than 40 millimetres.
Wokes comes in again. Samuels waits. Wraps him on the pad. That's got to be close. Up goes the finger. They've no reviews left. They've already lost it. Samuels goes for 1. And as soon as that hit him, there was a strangled cry to my right. Paul had his finger up straight away. He was definitely on his way.
Samuels was shaking his head asking, we've got a review here, and Lewis says no, he walks off. And
yeah, you haven't got it, mate, because Shy Hope inexplicably threw it away when he'd hit it. 33 for 3. I don't know why he wants a review anyway.
It's plum.
It's plum as plum. What's wrong with you? Review it if you like. We'll take it off you for the next game.
Yeah, -1 reviews. So
yeah.
It is, yeah, he stood walking. He's done it a couple of times. You called it first of all, didn't you? He's
yes, it
way
is
outside
wandering
his
right
stump.
in front.
And it just took a straight ball, didn't it, from Wokes to grab him?
Yeah. Having a look at the review system, umpire's call on whether it would have hit the wickets or not, but his impact in line, umpire said he was out, so he would have stayed out whether he reviewed it or not.
Yeah. It would have flicked the bails, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You would imagine. So, so yeah, there we have it. He's out, gone. Good start for Wokes as well. Beauty in it, 3 for 16 off 3.1. So he's back to his old form, isn't he? So,
yeah, certainly.
So we're going to have Stokes, Wokes and Folkes then in the
Could
top
do.
11.
Stokes, Wokes and Folkes. Although Stokes is a doubt.
Yeah, well, he's a doubt for the vice captaincy. I think that.
Well, they gave him that for that reason, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, we don't know really. I mean, it might be all Alex Hales' fault.
His injury-wise is, you know, it's the last thing. But he's done it before, and he put his hand through a window, didn't he? So
In a
test,
changing room
yeah.
in the one-day international series in the West Indies.
So you know,
couple
come
years
on,
ago.
pigeons learn quicker. Jason Mohammed is the new man in. Wokes 3 for 16, absolutely flying.
Well,
3 slips is this. It's the same field as we've had since the start. Although points moving into 4 slip is a year, and we're losing the cover. Cover's gone to point, and mid-off has sort of walked round 5 yards in the hope that he's really extra cover and mid-off, but he isn't. He's split in 2, but we've got 4 slips. This one's pushed straight where extra cover was, but they scamper through for 1.
yeah, well, you've done pretty well. Shall I continue with the rulings and that the
Oh,
laws?
I can't wait.
Okay, the ICC has okayed the use of bails tethered to the stumps to prevent injuries caused by bails flying at wicketkeepers and fielders after the stumps have been broken. The mechanism used to tether the bails must not interfere with their ability to be dislodged. The implementation of such a system is at the discretion of the host board. I don't quite.
Why is it at the discretion of the host board? If they're on a small wire, a little sort of piece of anything that after a foot pulls them back, I'm all for it. Next delivery is punched up to mid-off by Lewis for no run.
So
Because of course we've seen Mark Boucher, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The South African keeper whose career was finished by a bail in the eye, and he's not the first either. There's been a few.
Paul Downton.
Paul Downton, was it?
I think
So
it was,
I'm
yeah.
all for that, but I don't understand why it's up to the hosts to have it or not.
No, essentially it's just a little bit of a wire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Attached to the bail. So if it hits them, they'll go down rather than. Is that right? Would that be alright? Right?
Next delivery. This is straight on leg side from Wokes. There's a man out sweeping. It's Moeen Ali, so they'll get a single.
Essentially, just knocking them off, aren't you?
I don't think it'll affect that. I think they'll still fly in the air.
Oh, right, okay.
It'll be about 18 inches long, and as soon as it sort of gets to one bit, that'll be it. The wire pulls it back.
Okay, right.
So it won't. It sort of fly off and then stop because the wire's going. So
right. Okay.
Stop it from flying into the keeper's face.
So you could have them on a little bit of string then, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That seems the sensiblest thing to me.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough, isn't it? So more on the rest in a second.
Yep, Wokes comes in. Mohammed waits. Outside off stump, leaves it alone.
In Test cricket, an interval will be taken if a wicket falls within 3 minutes of the interval. Previously, it was 2 minutes.
Well, they've sat down and pondered for hours over that one, haven't they? What on earth is the point of that?
I don't know.
Just say within 5 minutes. Have they done anything about the over 8? Have they? And yet the idiotic ECB wants four-day test matches.
I shall come to that in a second.
Next delivery driven and well fielded by the one man in the cover region.
In T20 internationals, if an innings is reduced to less than 10 overs, the maximum quota of overs per bowler shall not be less than 2. Meaning that if a match is reduced to 5 overs a side, 2 bowlers will be able to bowl 2 overs each. Fair enough.
Well, I thought they had to bowl 10 overs to make it a match.
Well, they can have 5 overs a side.
Can
That
they?
would be, yeah, that would be 10 overs then, wouldn't it? So,
All right, okay.
for boundaries, airborne fielders.
Oh yeah, now this is a good
This
one.
is a good one, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
For boundaries, airborne fielders making their first contact with the ball will need to have taken off from inside the boundary. Otherwise, a boundary will be given. Fair enough.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't like stepping back. You can't. Yeah, that's
You can't come from behind the boundary,
yeah.
catch it and throw it back into somebody, or put your feet in. Now that's a good decision. That ball comes in again, driven up to mid-off. Well, very full is Jake Ball. Not getting any. This is his 4th over, I think.
I think it's fifth.
Fifth.
A boundary will also be given if a fielder in contact with the ball makes contact with any object grounded beyond the boundary, including another fielder. Yes, that's fair enough then.
What does it mean by that?
So a boundary will be given if a fielder in contact with the ball makes contact with any object grounded beyond that. So if you go into the rope,
Ball comes again, pushed into the onside. They're going to scamper through for one. They get there as well. Good bit of running that from the West Indies.
so that's just as what it would be normally. So if you're touching the boundary rope,
Yeah,
with contact with the ball, then they'll give a boundary for it.
they do that now.
So,
don't they?
yeah. Including another fielder. I bet I don't get that bit.
Yeah, right. So what happens is there's 2 of you running for the same ball. Okay.
Yeah.
The second one gets it. The first bloke dives, flicks
Yeah.
it back. Second bloke dives and gets the ball. But if he's touching the first bloke while the first bloke's crashing into the boundary rope, it's still a 4.
So 4, right, okay.
It's a bit pedantic, but I understand it. Ball comes into Mohammed and he has a horrible slash at that and could easily have edged it to Butler but didn't. 36 for 3.
If the ball bounces more than once after being delivered by the bowler and before it reaches the popping crease of the batsman, it will be called a no ball. Yeah.
Does that ever happen?
Previously, a ball was allowed to bounce twice. Yeah. You know, if you slam your arm down, it bounces once. That's all it can bounce. If it bounces again, then it'll be no ball.
Delivery's pushed into the onside. Another misfield. And I think it's Owen Morgan again. Yeah, it is. That's 3 times. Well, 2.5. Well, he keeps getting ducks, and now he keeps misfielding. What is he doing here?
Oh dear, he's having a bad day.
Yeah, he is. Get him in the stand.
So previously the ball was allowed to bounce twice. If the ball lands off the pitch, then the umpire will signal a no ball. If a fielder intercepts the delivery before it reaches the batsman, the umpire will call a no ball and dead ball.
This is like they've made up some rules for the Welsh game I play every year. As, ball comes in again. That's clattered. Great shot from Lewis. 4 runs. Poor delivery. Get him off. This is what I mean by he's going to get destroyed in Australia.
Well, he went for 90 per innings, didn't he, in the Champions Trophy? So when he doesn't get it right, it goes horribly wrong, doesn't it, for Jake Ball? We've seen him do it well in Bangladesh and India when he bowled Bangladesh, but not so much at home this year. Maybe he's having a bad year, I don't know.
Yeah, but he's in the Ashes squad.
Well, true. That is true. He's obviously done something to get in there. Or maybe the coaching staff really like it.
In he comes again. This one's played into the offside. There's going to be an easy single. What's he going for? What's his figures?
I think he needs...
He's already gone for 24.
I think he perhaps is not a out and out. I think he's a first change. Maybe.
4 overs for 24.
I think he's a first change.
And they're 42 for 3. We're dominant.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Any buy? Do you do scoring when you do the? You ever do the scoring when you're doing the cricket?
Oh, in Wales we do
Yeah,
the scoring, yeah.
Any buys or leg buys scored off a no ball will now be scored separately. The bowler will have 1 no ball put against his or her name, fine, yeah. And the other extras will be scored as buys and leg buys, yeah, that's fine. Previously, buys and leg buys scored off a no balls were scored as no balls, yes they were. Right, okay.
Wow. hope you're paying attention. There will be a written test later. There's another good one somewhere, isn't there?
You've done that batsman ground his bat thing, haven't you?
Yeah, that's a good one.
An appeal can be withdrawn, or the umpires can recall a dismissed batsman at any time before the ball comes into play for the next delivery. Previously, a batsman could not be recalled once he/she had left the field.
Why would they want to recall them?
We saw that incident with Dhoni and Bell, didn't we? When Bell was out, played down at his tee, they ran him out, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they left the field, and then he was allowed to play on afterwards. Other than that, he could have been given out. So, who's gone off? David Willey, 12th man on. Jake Ball's gone off, I think.
Liam Plunkett's gone off.
Changes boots.
He's gone off to, I don't know.
Comfort break.
He's surely be bowling next. This is another thing I'd change. You let somebody off, yeah, down to 10. Wokes comes in again. His first few overs have been great. This is Lewis, cracks it up to mid-off to quite middle it. In the meantime, Lewis has made his way up to 22. Was Evan Lewis, 25 rather, from 22 deliveries.
This is simple. For a catch on the boundary to be legal, a fielder making contact with the ball must be grounded inside the boundary, or his or her last contact with the ground before touching the ball must have been inside the boundary.
Well,
so again, we can't jump back. Yeah, that's just copying what I think it's just amendments, aren't they?
Next delivery, and that's surely going to be close. Ooh, I think it has hit. Well, if he's hit that first, then if that's pad first, he's out. Morgan not watching.
I think Wokes is the only one who's appealing for that, though. And Butler's saying, I couldn't see that. I couldn't see it. Everybody thought he's hit it.
Well, he has hit it, but I'm not sure if it's pad first.
It's a cross-seam ball, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, he's hit it. He's hit it. Good decision from Owen Morgan, and the keeper roots is up. He'd have appealed it.
A batsman can be caught, run out or stumped even if the ball makes contact with the helmet worn by the fielder or wicketkeeper. That's right, yeah, that used to be a dead ball, didn't it, as soon as it hit the helmet.
Yeah. Next delivery, and that's punched up down the ground and well fielded at mid-off. Yeah, what they mean there is that if he whacks it, it hits you on the head and bounces in the air and you take the catch, you're out.
Yeah.
Before it was
a dead ball.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a good one.
The handle of the ball dismissal has been removed and included under the obstructing the field category. Okay, so it's just a wording change there, isn't it? So you can still be out, handled the ball, but it's under obstructing the field.
Oh, that's close. That's close again. Lewis is in all sorts of trouble here. I think it's just going to be a little bit high from Wokes. Half an appeal, but Wokes not losing any of his penetrative powers.
There are several tweaks to what now constitutes unfair play. If the fielding side tries to deliberately distract or deceive the batsman through mock fielding, for example, after he/she has received the ball, the umpires can penalise them.
I don't like that. Wokes in again. This one's chopped out into mid-off region.
If a bowler bowls a deliberate no ball, he and she can remove from the attack for the rest of the innings. Well, yeah. What do you define as deliberate?
Yeah.
A batsman cannot take strike so far outside the crease that he or she is standing in the protected area of the pitch, just like bowlers are not allowed to follow through on the protected area. That's true. That's a good one. A catch-all law has now been introduced to give umpires the power to deal with conduct they believe is unfair.
Yeah, they
not
send
covered
you off.
elsewhere.
Wokes is pulled round the corner. Decent shot. I think Moeen Ali's out there. Will he get there? No, he won't.
Good shot.
4 runs.
Good shot from Lewis. Just too short that from Wokes and onto the leg side to help on its way. And it spoils his figure a little bit there. He's now on to 3 for 22 after 9.
Yeah, gone then. 46 for 3.
Your point there then about a player can now be sent off the field by the umpire for the rest of a match for serious misconduct. This will apply to most level 4 offences, with level 1 to 3 offences continue to be dealt with in the ICC Code of Conduct.
Yeah, basically it's if you confront the umpire, which hopefully we won't see.
And here we go. about the umpire's decision. If an umpire's decision is referred to the TV umpire by a team and the on-field decision remains unchanged because the DRS shows umpire's call, the team will not lose the review. Because the teams will not lose review for umpire's call, they will not have their 2 unsuccessful reviews replenished after the first 80 overs of the innings in a test.
Good.
They will have only 2 unsuccessful reviews for the entire innings.
Well, that's good. Why should they get replenished? Now then, another good thing is Liam Plunkett's on. Best of 5 for 52. I think that was the other day, wasn't it?
The DRS will now be used in T20 internationals as well. Teams will have 1 unsuccessful review per innings.
Plunkett in. Great first delivery, driven for 4. Yeah, 2 full, and he's been driven by Mohammed, who moves on to 6. Just a little bit full from Plunkett.
Good shot that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really good shot. Yeah, that was his sort of...
Do we need DRS in 2020? No point in 2020 is get on with it.
Exactly. I don't think we probably do. It's quick enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Plunkett in again. This one's straight down leg, left ball that again. He's always been erratic first over, Liam Plunkett.
Yeah. We'll forgive him.
And then he gets into his stride. Run rate's pretty healthy, 5.5. It's the 3 wickets that's the worry for the Windies. Yeah, do you know they're actually officially called the Windies now?
Yeah,
as opposed to the West
marketing
Indies?
reasons, yeah. It is a little rubbish.
Yeah, change, bad, boo. Plunkett comes in again. He's going to have to bowl that again. I'm never going to get to the end of my 10th over.
86 miles an hour there for Plunkett. He's finding the quick surface a little bit too much here, so come on. Your first change for a while.
Desperate for comfort.
Come on, Liam.
Essex 275 for 5 against Yorkshire. That'll be they've won every game, Essex. This one's turned down towards fine leg. When Adil Rashid does a load of chasing, but it's eventually the man from square leg boundary comes and gets it. Plunkett's still shaking his head. He's seeing his 5 for at the weekend. Just too quick for him.
Yeah, on that surface.
One of them was given out by everybody but him. And I think he was unlucky to be given out, to be honest. In he comes again. That's a better delivery. That's much better from Plunkett. 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, much better that, wasn't it? Quickness arrowing into that sort of middle and leg, isn't he? That's the chance to go for.
Let's have a look at the county championship situation. Who's going to go down? It's either Somerset, Middlesex or Hampshire. I think Middlesex. Look in again. This one strain on leg a little bit. Well, the current situation is Hampshire are below Middlesex by 3 points. Who scored what in the latest round? To find out.
Notch destiny is now in their own hands. Whatever happens to Northants, avoid defeat, and they're promoted back to Division 1.
Plunkett comes in again. Lewis waits. It's on 29. He's got it well, but it's wrapped on the thigh pad.
Broke his back there, Lewis.
Hampshire's collapse leaves relegation looming. Oh dear, this looks as though Middlesex might escape it. I'd rather see Middlesex.
Middlesex win or draw keeps them and Hampshire safe. Hampshire relegated if they lose and Somerset win.
Oh, well, it's going to be Hampshire. Next delivery is chopped into the offside. No run. Hampshire all out for 116 in the first innings. They did lose a day there, didn't they?
Yeah.
How can they lose to Warwickshire? Warwickshire can't win anything.
They're going through a transitional period, aren't they, Warwickshire, at the moment? Derbyshire have been going through a transitional period for some time now.
Yes, I know they have. Just looking at the end of the first power play.
That's you done, you know, now.
I know, thanks. I prefer the half-hour job that we normally have. Yeah. That seems to have been an awful long time I've been returning.
We got 3 wickets.
Yeah, early though. We didn't make the change quick enough.
So yes, so it's the end of the power. We're now into power play 2, and it's going to be Moeen Ali to come on.
And I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Would you like it?
Oh, I'd love a cup of tea. Yes.
Do you have anything in it?
Just milk, please. Thank you very much.
Even though you didn't seem to
Very
feel the
kind
need
of
to
you.
make one when you came in.
Sorry, I do apologise. I was going through the laws of the.
I know. I mean, a little bit earlier when you arrived.
Oh, we're right. Oh no, sorry, I was chatting downstairs. I will make you.
Did you say sugar?
No sugar, please. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. 55 for 3 then. The West Indies. Runs have been okay, but the wickets have been tumbling. Mohammed's on 9, Lewis on 29. Run a ball 29 as well. Moeen Ali, the star with the bat the other day in Bristol, he comes on to bowl to Mohammed, who plays it onto the leg side. There is no run. 55 for 3. Mohammed waits. There's a slip in for him as well. He comes in, right arm over. Mohammed drives through the covers. Well fielded there though. Lovely dive by Owen Morgan. First time this morning he's really got the end of one there. Nice bit of fielding by him. Here comes Moeen Ali, gets Mohammed playing forward again. There's no run. Back to his mark. Time over. It's Mohammed again playing forward. Mohammed waits then. There's Moeen Ali. He's caught pulled, and he almost pulls onto his own stumps there as he drags it into his boot. And the ball just dies, and it's fielded by Butler, and there's no run. Again, it's Moeen Ali driving forward. He's taken by Morgan. Is he? No, he's dropped. The second opportunity. He was driven by Mohammed in the air. Morgan had to dive. He palmed the ball skywards and went to try and catch on this second attempt. And whilst he fell down, the ball seemed to spoon out of his hands there on the second occasion. So Mohammed dropped on 9. The bowling of Moeen Ali, and that is a maiden over from Moeen Ali as well. It's a good attempt that from Owen Morgan, but just not agile enough. It's just a drop from Morgan, but it was a difficult chance though. And on the drive by Mohammed. We've not seen it again really, so we'll wait to see if there's a review from my colleague. Plunkett then back to his mark. He waits, and Lewis will push the ball into the leg side. Once a single, there's a fielder coming in, and they get a single there. His ball's got some way to go down and field that. So one more to the top. That gets Mohammed on strike. I wonder if they'll show this again, just for see how difficult a chance it was. Here we go. So he's tossed it well outside the off stump. He's driven at it. He's really going to hit it hard as Mohammed, and Morgan's having to leap for it and palm it down. He really had the better chance of catching it on his way down, didn't he? The second chance, and it went down. And he's not had a great day, Owen Morgan.
No, rubbish. That's his third misfield.
Plunkett's into Mohammed, who gets back and across, and there's no run. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Enjoy.
Very nice. 56 for 3 then. Mohammed 9, Lewis on 30 off 30 balls.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh dear. Plunkett to Mohammed. There's everything behind it. And there's no run. It must be a conspiracy, you know. Trevor Bailey's been an Australian, you see. So he's got to have sent out our weakest team.
Well, I don't understand how he gets a pick when he quite by his own admission, watches no county cricket.
Yeah.
And he says that, well, the only people who are ever going to get picked are the ones who have been involved in England over the past 18 months. Well, what sort of inspiration is that to anybody?
Plunkett comes in. This one's played round the corner to Bairstow. The throw comes in. One more to the total. I've not heard that quote. Is that?
I'm sure I read that the other day. He said the only people going to be involved are the people who've been in or around the England setup for the past 18 months.
Nick Compton's out for Middlesex. They're struggling. 27 for 2. Somerset need 8 more wickets for survival. Middlesex require another 318 runs to ensure their safety. Big battle there as Plunkett comes in again as Lewis tries to leave that. Comes off the face of the bat down to Adil Rashid at third man. 4 more to the total. They come back for 2. No, stick at 1.
They've got, I think, Hampshire have got a second innings, haven't they, to survive. If they can survive.
In come Plunkett, this one's down leg side. That'll be a wide ball. Yeah, Hampshire have only just gone up, haven't they?
They've got 3 points already, Hampshire.
Yeah, they only came up from Division 2 last year.
They allowed Warwickshire to make 188 after they had them at 28 for 5. Yorkshire did that though the other day. They made 227 after being 26 for 5, I think.
So Plunkett comes in. He gets Mohammed playing forward. No run. Derbyshire released Dominic Cork's son.
So they've got 2 days left. It's no, they can't have 2 days left. Stuff. Hampshire still have a second innings if they can keep them out. Warwickshire batting again, so Warwickshire could save it for them, couldn't they?
Yeah.
By batting all day. Hampshire still have a second innings if they can keep them out.
Trevor McDonald there with some woman.
Warwickshire batting again, so Warwickshire could save it for them, couldn't they?
Jolly, isn't it?
John Major used to enjoy his cricket.
He was a member, wasn't he? So maybe still is. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure that Theresa May is a member at the Oval. But never mind.
Yeah,
there's a freebie somewhere for someone, isn't there?
Always a freebie somewhere. Moeen Ali's going to continue.
Yeah, 12 overs. West Indies 59 for 3. The rate's dropped since Mo's come on. He really is in top form at the moment, isn't he, with the bat? And he could be England's most important player, really, across all formats, wouldn't he? He bats, he bowls. Someone push forward and there's no run. His lower order runs are vital, aren't they?
Yeah.
For England.
England were 200 and something the other day until he came in. It just went ballistic.
53 ball 100. Second quickest in one-day international history for England. So he's thrown forward. I think the quickest is Butler, isn't it? And Sri Lanka, Lords. I'm guessing myself here. We'll find that out in a bit. Here comes Ali. This one's a fuller delivery, and he gets Lewis playing the ball back to him. Could have yorked him there. So
I've lost control of the scorecard.
is it
We're
going?
in the 12th over.
Yeah.
I've got it now.
Well, it comes in. This one plays late by Lewis in front of his pads there. It would have been a big shout. He'll squirt that one away. They come back for 2. They do. Good fielding by Johnny Bairstow. He is a really good fielder as well. It's, yeah, I like Bairstow out there as well. So England, yeah, Josh Butler against Pakistan. It wasn't at Dubai. This one comes in by Ali round the wicket. This one played down the ground by Lewis. They'll pick up a single there. One more to the total. Yeah, England's highest. Josh Butler, 116 of 46 balls. 8 sixes and 10 fours against Pakistan and Dubai in November 2015. And then Moeen Ali's 102 the other day, second. 149 off 31 balls with that AB de Villiers, South Africa against West Indies.
I'm not paying any attention, I'm looking at Warwickshire against Hampshire.
100.
Warwickshire 107 for 7 in their second innings.
When Ali comes in, this one's off the back foot. Lewis Mohammed plays the ball back to the bowler, and that's the end of the over. Another good one for Mo.
Hampshire are going to have a target of less than 200 to win that. Runs seem to be impossible to get, unless, of course, you are Derbyshire, 460 all out. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, and Wayne Madsen is 10,000.
Sussex, 565 all out.
First class run.
What do you feel for old Durham at the minute, losing players left, right, and centre?
Well, yeah, it's not good, is it? And both of them's got a point about it. He's been going on to the press about there should be some sort of like transfer system. In comes at Plunkett's pulled by Lewis and didn't time that one well, but it's backward and square. They'll get a couple for it, I feel. The throw comes in, or do they stick at one? They leave at one, don't they? Good fielding by England. Really put the squeeze on in this second part of second 10, I should say. Mohammed's on 10, Lewis 35. Yeah, I think they've been dealt a real raw blow. They should never have been relegated. Really unfair of the ECB to do that. I can understand a points deduction, but no relegation, surely. You don't do both. Mohammed's on 10, Lewis 35. And they're going to lose Keaton Jennings, but they've not seen him much this year anyway, have they? So, but they've nurtured him, brought him up when he came over in 2011, and now he's going to play for Lancashire.
Yeah, as is Graham Onions.
But Durham opted not to offer him a new deal, didn't they?
Well, they didn't offer him the 2 year that he wanted, did they? The second year, it was based on appearances.
Here comes Plunkett, this one plays down the ground. We know it. I thought Derbyshire might try and sign him. That would really bolster our promotion bid for next year.
Is there going to be a promotion bid?
There's always a promotion bid.
Is there actually?
We've only done it once.
Are you going to finish bottom?
No.
Well, that's a progress,
It
isn't
is. It is. We've won 2 games this year.
Oh, wow.
We haven't won at home since 2014.
Well, yeah, still a way to go. Still a bit of improvement to...
In comes Plunkett. This one's cut away by Mohammed, and it needed cutting away as well. But he's only going to find Billings out in the deep cover boundary.
It's a bit of a pie that from Plunkett. He's got away with one there.
He's not bowling his optimum best in his first spell, is he?
No. Dejected, you see, because he's not in that squad.
Yeah. Same as Rashid. He comes on. He bowled really well the other day as well.
Well, they can bring Rashid on now. I don't know why they don't. 3 down. We're into Rashid territory.
So 64 for 3 then. Here comes Plunkett. This one gets loose playing off the back foot and drives it off the back foot. Well fielded there by Morgan that time. And there's no run. More of a patient innings this from Lewis. I think he realises that, look, I'm going to have to be in it here till the 50th over here because we've had such a poor start. Responsibility is on me.
Yeah, they can't afford another 2 or 3 wickets to go down because that's it then. The tail's in and Rashid will just clear it up.
Well, looking at it next, they've got Rovman Powell. In comes Plunkett. This one's pulled by Lewis. That's a good shot.
Well, that's what he should have done to the other one.
Great shot to cow corner that. And Lewis moves on to 39. That's the end of the over. An expensive one from Plunkett, 6 from it. I know that's the average, but 6 from that. And it's 68 for 3, the West Indies, after 14.
Yeah. Yeah, Plunkett's not bowled as well as we thought he might, actually.
I'd have still taken him to Australia.
Absolutely, I would. They need pace. They haven't got any.
Is that the Bajan Trident? Is it that one?
I don't know.
Barbadian flag, I think. I'm just guessing, but I'm going to...
He's going to find out.
I'm going to find out.
It is.
In comes Moinelli. This one playing on the leg side, down the ground. Into man long on. The throw comes in. That is Billings down there. One more to the total, 69 for 3. England playing a plethora of wicket keepers.
There's 3,
Billings, isn't there? And and Butler, of course.
They've had 4 before, haven't they? Against India last year, wasn't there? Bairstow, Billings, Butler, and
I think I've seen that. Was it Duckett?
Duckett, yeah.
Yeah. He didn't really keep wicket that much. This one's down the ground. But yeah, he has kept wicket before. 70 for 3. But Billings never really gets a chance to have the gloves, does he, for England, to be honest?
No, and he never will do either. No, nobody will get past Johnny Bairstow. He's in rich vein of form.
Just a short third man who's been cut by Mohammed, who seems more methodical as his batting technique is. He's averaging just under 30. High scoring one day internationals is 91. Comes Moeen Ali then to Mohammed, who drives down the ground. Connect all together well, but he'll get a single for it. And it's 71 for 3.
Well, Hampshire could go down, yet Mason Crane and James Vince are in the squad.
Well, Alistair Cook played Division 2 cricket for all that.
Well, he did, yeah, for the best part of 5 or 6 years.
And then to Lewis, who drives to long on, fielded by Billings. One more to the total. 72 for 3. Lewis moves on to 41.
I was watching Yorkshire against Hampshire, against Warwickshire, and I thought, who's this Ryan Sidebottom bowling for Warwickshire?
Oh yeah,
it was very confusing.
This one's cut away by Mohammed to the fielder, no run. Yeah, quite ironic, isn't it? They got the same name.
And he took a wicket or two. I thought, they loaned out Ryan Sidebottom to Warwickshire. Surely they wouldn't let him play against him. He's an Aussie, isn't he? This Ryan Sidebottom.
Is he really?
I think so. Yeah.
And the actual Ryan Sidebottom is retired now.
He has, yeah. Well, this will be his last game if he's involved, but he's retired. Called it a day.
That's a shame. He was such a good bowler. Part of that T20 2010 win, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2010 T20 win.
He showed it with his dad the other day, and his dad still looks exactly as he did. Got a hat. Root's going to bowl ahead of Rashid. Not sure about that.
Well, maybe they're thinking that they can get quite a few overs out of the spinners. Rashid does come on better as the game's progressed, because Root will have to bowl at least, I think, chuck in about 5, because we've lost David Willey, and it doesn't seem to be coming onto the bat as much with the spinners on, so maybe we'll see Root for a little while. Because we've lost Stokes, haven't they? They lost Willey as the bowler.
Well, they've decided not to pick Willey.
In comes Root to Lewis, gets him driving for a single down the ground. Fielded by Wokes. More to the total. Root wants to change the field. Can I commend you on your cup of tea?
Thank you.
It's very nice.
I don't just throw it together, you know.
It's very nice. It's one of the finest cups of tea I've had for a while. That. Root comes in, right arm over. So he gets Mohammed playing forward, and he pushes it into the covers, but there's no run. The run rate's dropped drastically, hasn't it now? 4.76. Here comes Root again. This one gets Mohammed driving through the covers, just as I say that. And you get the 4 runs required. It's 77 for 3. And that was one in the arc. And Mohammed certainly took advantage of that.
Well, he's still got 5 bowlers, hasn't he? Ali, Wokes, Rashid, Plunkett and Ball.
Yeah.
So you don't need any from Root, really.
You don't need any from Root. What you don't need is Root to give away 4 balls like that. And he comes again short, pulled on the leg side. He's missed out there, straight to a fielder. Throw comes in, and they get 1 for it. And Root's not happy.
Never going to get one out there.
He seemed to drag that one down, didn't he?
Didn't he just, yeah? I'd have had that out of the ground over Cow Corner.
Would you?
Yeah.
There's a man out there, though.
Doesn't matter.
He's just watching it, is he?
He'd have cleared the fence.
Go ahead, Here comes Root again, right arm to Lewis, who drives again, but straight to the fielder. Jason Roy's back in the side today. in place of Alex Hales as mishap. So imagine Roy gets a century on home ground. In comes Root then. This one's driven by Lucy again through Roy that time, and that will be 4 runs. And he looked an old man there, Jason Roy, as he went down in like a direct debit, like they say.
Yeah, well, 10 off the first Root over. I'm not sure why on earth he came on, but there you go.
Yes, normally a man who can hold an end up. Was taken to the cleaners there a little bit. 10 from it.
Yeah, I just don't understand the point of it. Why bring on Joe Root? It's not as if it's 3. Let's say it's 25 past 4 on a Friday afternoon, and the 278 for 2. Yeah, all right then. Bring him on then.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Wait for the new ball. All will be revealed though, Nick. All will be revealed. That's why.
Well, somebody's not going to bowl 10 then.
Well, that's true. I imagine it might be Plunkett at this rate.
Yeah, he's going for a few. Well, the ball's going for a few.
Yeah. Yeah, Dominic Cork's son's been released by Derbyshire. 22 years old, played 15 times. And also Tom Wood leaving as well. He's 23. Big news.
What about Rucci's brother?
Billy Root plays for Notts, doesn't he?
Does he play for Notts? Is he younger or older?
He's younger.
Is he not as good?
I don't think so. I'll have to check the averages. I know he's been playing more in the one-day game than in. I'm sorry, he's in Division 2, isn't he? Sorry, Notts. I just want to see where he is in the averages. He's not in the top 50, so he's quite some way down.
You're not missing any action. He drinks.
88th. In fact, he's only played 2 first-class games. Sorry, he plays more in the one-day game. What's the averages in the one-day cup? Billy Root, where are you? Still way down. He's not in the top 60 or the top 90.
No, then was the answer.
I'm afraid he's not as good as his brother. On this evidence, and I know that the averages do mask talent at times, but I'm going to admit that he's not looking good in this format. He's not even in the top 227.
Has he played?
In fact, they've not got. He might have even played in the one-day cup. See what he's like in the T20 Blast, shall we?
Wind is 82 for 3 after 16 overs.
There's his niche.
T20 cricket.
In T20 cricket, he's played 10 and he averages 78. He doesn't get out, that's why. His highest score is only 37. So essentially, he's a not out.
I'm going to check the weather forecast.
That doesn't look good, does it? Unless
like that
that's
this
fog.
morning, it's just a bit foggy. Over London town. The eye's going round. Have you been on that?
I haven't, no.
I have, it's good.
Is it good?
Get to see Queenie's back garden.
Yeah? I haven't, no. I've been up the Shard, though.
Have you?
Yeah, that's good. That's good, yeah. You can see the oval from the Shard.
You see everything from the Shard, okay?
Well, you can, but I was distinct like a football grounds I was looking. You can see Wembley, obviously, but I was trying to search for some football grounds to see, and you can't really see it.
Can't you just follow the river and find? You'd surely find Chelsea.
But it curves, so you can't do it, can you? So it curves, so you can't see it. And there's buildings in the way, which is annoying.
That'll be it.
Yeah. But it is good. I recommend it. It's expensive, but if you go up there, they do give you a glass of champagne. So I do recommend it.
How much was it?
I don't know. I got it bought for my 40th. So.
Now then, Adil Rashid's coming on. Joe Root's experiment didn't last long. Although, is he coming on for Root?
He's coming on for Ali. For Mo. So, Adil Rashid then. And again, he bowled well the other day. No, it was 3 overs, 1 maiden, 0 for 7 in his first spell. Wiltshire's 3 for 22 stand out so far, though, don't they, for England?
Yeah, they do. Ball and Plunkett going at 6 and over, and didn't look close to getting a wicket between them. Wilkes looked almost, well, not unplayable, certainly had them all in trouble, had Lewis in trouble on a couple of occasions.
Yorkshire in big trouble at Essex, aren't they? The champions at the minute. I know. In comes at Rashid with a slip in, this one down leg side, that'd be a wide. Given by umpire Rod Tucker, extravagantly as well. Let's get his angles right. I think he might cause Mohammed a few problems here. The right-hander.
He's got a good Google him.
And he comes again, this one's lofted, driven back to him by Rashid along the ground, and there's no run. Yeah, look how many runs Essex are piling up.
Doesn't matter. It's top or nothing.
Is it not pride for Yorkshire? Yorkshire pride?
Oh, well, I think we've run out of it this year.
This season again, this one's played forward by Mohammed. You want them to finish strong though, surely?
Yeah, if they won that game, which they won't, but if they did, they could end up finishing second, wouldn't they? But,
in comes Rashid, who gets Mohammed playing forward onto the leg side. There's no run. Tell you what, we're talking about Zimbabwe. What's that now? That's Zimbabwe 11. What game is that one? Zimbabwe select team in Harare playing a Dutch cricket board 11. This one playing forward and there's no run. Zimbabwe selects 347 for 9. And the Dutch cricket board 11 are 44 for 5, so they're struggling somewhat.
yes.
Here comes Rashid again. This one put over the hips by Mohammed. In front of the square. He'll get a single as Jake Ball goes around to field. It's Lewis on strike for 1 ball left in the over.
Ooh, rain stops play at Taunton. That could be crucial.
Oh, is it? Not the one that...
Middlesex 40 for 3.
Is it? It's day 3, isn't it? Yeah.
Day 3, yeah.
No, so if it's raining in the west,
And it says that the forecast suggests that will be it for the day.
All right. Okay, this one's swept down to Moen Alley down at deep square, and that will be 1 more to the total. 85 for 3, end of the 17th.
I'm on my bike. I might get wet.
You're not getting anything up here, are you?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think you'll be all right. Just seen a replay of Adil Rashid's wickets. I think you got 4, didn't you, the other day? It was essentially West Indies bowled Yorkshire on Sunday.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I mean, that is. I know that everybody has the same problem. If you've got good players, you lose them from your county side. But I was looking at that thing the other day and thinking Yorkshire could go down. And yet they're playing a game without Liam Plunkett, without David Willey, without Adil Rashid, without Joe Root, without Johnny Bairstow. I mean, you can't take half your team.
Well, that is. They are. England are cherry-picking Yorkshire's best players.
I mean, they do that to everybody. I understand that. But when you take half the team,
yeah. Well, they shouldn't be some good then, should they? Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't have been that good for those 3 years on the track, because Moen Alley then who swapped sides. This one's driven by Lewis, fielded by Jason Roy. There's no run. You know, for those 2 years or 3 years dominant in the county championship, then it's ironic that all these Yorkshire players now are playing in the one-day side when Yorkshire have kind of put that one to one side, haven't they? Really, this one's driven back to him. There's no run. You know, Yorkshire's sort of limited overs cricket has not been that great, has it?
Actually, this year was better than it has been.
I know they reached the T20 final the year before last, but it's not been the priority, though, has it?
The final, didn't get knocked out in the semis.
Semis, sorry, because it's on finals day. Yeah. They lost to Durham, didn't they? 85 for 3. Here comes Moen Alley to Lewis, who plays on the leg side. There's no run.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that the powers that be have got the dates right.
Moen Alley driving down the ground. And 1 more to the total. What, as in they've got fitted 5 in? 5 one-day internationals.
We sort of lose a whole month to 2020 cricket, and now the county championship is finishing, and it's October on Sunday or whatever.
That's what I mean by, you know, when you reduce the County Championship to 3 divisions of 6. You're not playing as many games, but emphasis is on those players to still play 5 days rather than 4 days. This one in practices for Test match cricket.
Yeah. Unless the ECB get their idiotic way to go down to 4 days.
And you could have a Premier League County Championship.
But and what was that? The ECB said, "Oh, we'll fit in 105 overs a day." Well, are you kidding me? They can't bowl 90 now.
This one playing the leg side. There's no run. Yeah. End of the over. End of the 18th over. 86 for 3. If they gave the ECB gave the powers to me and you, perhaps sorting out the County Championship would be.
Rain at 8 o'clock, so we'll finish at 8, I think.
Okay. Well, the way the Westons have recovered, it may be. Because at the start, it was not going to last that long.
So we'll finish at 4 o'clock.
So yeah, that's what I proposed. 3 divisions of 6.
Right.
5 days. You're not playing as many. You're only playing 12 games then. 10 games then.
Well, I'm proposing uncovered wickets.
3 days. Back down to 3 days.
Back down to 3 days.
Convoluted fixtures, finishes really. This one's driven by Lewis down the ground. He moves on to 49.
Doesn't seem to be a great deal of turn for either Rashid or Ali, is there?
No.
I think we need another couple of wickets. Somebody sneaked some champagne in there.
Champagne or Prosecco, isn't it? It looks more.
It
looks more like. Yeah, I thought the colour in there looks more like champagne.
Oh, wow, I'm with an expert.
This one swept and it's going down leg. It's not going to be out of that. Shake of the head there by Rod Tucker.
I'm not sure how much down leg is. Well, I think that's to come back. Like he's probably pitched outside leg or.
Mohammed on strike. He's 19 from 38. Here comes Rashid then this one. Looking for that leg stump line. Tries to whip it through mid-wicket but only finds Roy. There's no run.
I'm just warming up Rashid, aren't I?
And he comes, he's taking the slip away. This one's driven by Mohammed back to the bowler and there's no run. Can't play him, can he, Mohammed? Can't seem to get him away.
Googly next.
Yeah, Googly. Get him driving, play the ball back into him, through the gate.
Here it comes, Googly, through the gate, middle.
In comes Rashid then. So Mohammed plays the ball back to him again, there's no run. Good stuff from Rashid. They couldn't handle him, I think, before, could they, Rashid? Who was it? Which team couldn't handle Rashid?
There's been a few
It
this
was
year.
Bangladesh, oh, it's Ireland, that was it. This one's cut away by Mohammed. He'll pick up a single there and pinch the strike. 88 for 3. And the 19th over, Mohammed 20, Lewis 49. And these two have, it's a decent partnership, 54 these two have put on.
I'm definitely going back to 30 minutes after
Oh yeah,
this.
why?
Because my 10 overs lasted 50 minutes and your 10 overs so far, your 9 so far have lasted 28.
Well, it's just because we brought the
no, I'm not.
spinners on.
No, we're going back to 30-minute periods. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
10 overs. It's Dick's days.
Dear. Here comes Moeen Ali then. This one's driven by Mohammed over the top. There's nobody there for that. Two lofted that from Moeen Ali. Mohammed chanced his arm, but he went over the infield. A couple of bounces, 4 runs. So we're not expected to get a full day without rain, but it's going to come about 8 o'clock. Possibly. Maybe a bit early.
It's already raining in Somerset though.
What's the wind situation? Is it windy? This one's played down the ground. And Mohammed, he'll pick up 1. Fielded by Roy. 1 more to the total. Lewis on 49 not out from 50.
When's the next one there?
Friday.
Where is it?
Good question. Here comes Lords, I'd say, but this one's driven down the ground. Oh, well fielded by Jason Roy. One-handed there. Sends Lewis back to his mark. Kicks him on 49. Good stuff. 93 for 3. Lewis then 49 not out. And now they round the wicket to him. This one's he's chopped away and he'll get a single for it, and he gets 50 from 52, raises his bat. Done well there, well batted from Evan Lewis, and the largest contingent of West Indies supporters in the crowd.
Yeah, it's at JS Bowles.
Alright. 150 and 23 on international with 100. So when he scores big. There's Lewis. In comes now short pulled by Mohammed. Poor ball that from Mo. Found a fielder out there, which is Johnny Bairstow. Throw comes in, stick at 1. Good work from England. 95 for 3. One ball left in the over. Well, I'll go on till 2 o'clock then if you want.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, right, okay, go until 2 and then we've done an hour. Well, I'll take some.
In comes Moinell, this one driven down the ground by Lewis. Will get a single. There's one more to the total. Swings and roundabouts though, isn't it? 96 for 3. 20 overs gone. And whilst the scoring rate has slowed down, they've certainly improved their composure, the West Indies, I'd say. I'm just looking again as Lewis is 15. He's batted well, as Evan Lewis. 51 not out. Reminder that England won the toss, elected to field. West Indies lost Chris Gale pretty quickly, then Shai Hope, and then Marlon Samuels, all falling to Chris Wokes. Rashid will continue. Rashid waits. Left-handed Lewis has got a face. Oh, and he squares him up. He's found the face of the bat there, but he came ball back into him, and Lewis just shakes his head there. But that ball squared Lewis up. He almost fell for the double card trick there, didn't he? And comes Rashid again to Lewis. He's back down the ground, and there is 1-1 to the total. 52 he's now scored. Mohammed's on 26. 97 for 3, West Indies. And Rashid's only gone for, he's in his 3rd over, he's only gone for 6 runs. So a good start from the leggy. And comes in now to Mohammed. Tries to cut this one away. It's the infield, they get 1, he'll get 2. There's a chase around for David Willey, who's out there. And the throw comes in and he picks up 2 runs there. 99 for 3, the West Indies. The over's been used to a lot of times this summer, hasn't it? A lot of games in the Champions Trophy. A couple of test matches, I think. Here comes Rashid, this one. Tickled down the leg side by Mohammed. He wants a single. He'll get one as well. Good running by Lewis. In fact, it's the leg by. 100 for 3 then in the 21st over.
Yeah, one of my favourite grounds, the Oval. I like the Oval.
Not been. I've only been to Lords on a tour as well. So I'm yet to do them for a game. In comes Rashid. 2 leg side. Swept away by Lewis. Now be 4 runs. Just lost his angle there a little bit, didn't he? Rashid. And that was a good shot by Lewis. Helped on its way, of course.
Yeah, that's he doesn't want to do that. He's got his lines all wrong then.
Certainly did. Blue sky over the oval at the moment. We are expecting rain.
Chris Reed's just been dismissed for his final time. He's
Yes.
packing it in.
Well done, Chris Reed.
England needed dismissal. These two have gone on well. 104 for 3.
Sheeds in again. This one off the back foot loose. Who pushes this through the covers for 4 runs. That's a nice shot. I didn't realise there was nobody there. And he brings up another 4, does Evan Lewis, and he moves on to 16. He's batting superbly well. 60 off just 57 with 9 fours.
Yeah, I think time for Wokes maybe to come back on.
Yeah, a bit of a change, do you think? That's the end of the over, and that's also 2 o'clock. So it will be
It's me then, is
Nick to continue for half an hour.
it? Yes, that's.
Or unless you want to do 25 minutes, and I'll take up the 5 minutes extra.
No,
Just
I don't.
to do the
I
time.
think you're being a bit pedantic there.
I am.
30 minutes. I'll remind you, it's head of cricket. Projected score. 10 and over gets them to 398. Can't see that. 8 and over 340. Possible. 6 and over 282. Won't be enough, I don't think. You don't know what England are going to be like, really. Moeen Ali comes in again. They need a wicket now.
Yeah.
And as I got the first, I'll get another 3 now in this half hour. Mohammed turns that round the corner. It's going to go to fine leg. They're going to think about 2. They'd have been in trouble, I think. Stick to the 1. Lewis is on 60 from 57 deliveries. Rather sporty figures there. Rashid with his couple of boundaries off the last 2 deliveries. Ali's none for 17, is in his 6th over. Tiniest bit of movement there, not a lot though. Lewis leaves it alone. Evan Lewis is on 60. Jason Mohammed is on 29 as Ali comes in again. Oh, cut away. This would have been straight into the hands of the first slip. There isn't one that's going to go all the way. Willie's chasing it, ain't going to reach that. So who's still off the pitch if David Willie's off?
Well, Willie seemed to have come in for Bairstow down that side. Because Bairstow was fielding on the deep boundary, on the deep cover boundary. And Willie was there last time I saw him. So I don't know if they've swapped sides or not, or whether he's back on again. So
4 more to the total, 113 for 3, run rate's 5.26 now. Bit of air given by this one, and it's fielded an extra cover.
Some cricket coming up soon.
Next one is they're thinking about a single. They're going to just get there. Jake Ball's got 2 wickets in 3 tests at 100.